Hey guys, welcome back to another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the GameStop exclusive bloody version of the Violator from McFarlane Toys. The package slightly differs from the original, having blood splattered over the name. On the back we have a picture of the figure along with its name. And on the side we have comic book art of the Violator. The figure is tightly secured into the box, needing to remove the cardboard insert with it. The plastic shell is secured onto the back of the cardboard, requiring you to cut it out. And to my surprise, this mega figure comes with a McFarlane stand that you'll need to tear out of the box to get out. This is a second release of the Violator, this version being exclusive to GameStop in the US. As one of McFarlane's mega figs, the Violator stands at almost 12 inches tall, standing straight up. The Violator is the oldest and most powerful of the demons serving Malbolgia, the ruler of Hell. Tasked with guiding new Hell Spawn to serve in Satan's army, he is sent to Earth to torment the current spawn, Al Simmons. As a demon who hates humans and sees them as weak and inferior, he is bound by his loyalty to his master and cannot kill the current spawn unless ordered to. While on Earth, the Violator disguises himself as the Clown in order to manipulate, distract, and provoke the spawn into wasting his powers. Let's take a look at the details. The Violator's jagged skin is stained with the bright blood, with a large wide open mouth with teeth sticking out everywhere. The bright red eyes are detailed in a bug-like hexagon surrounded by dark shadows. Two large horns textured with holes and bone layers are drenched in more of that blood. On the side of the head we can see just how long the bottom jaw is, and how the head sits more in the front of the body than on the top. We have a better view of the fine detail in the blood splattered on the horns. On the top of the head we have a large bone horn breaking through the skin. The bone is textured with small holes, cracks, and a weathering effect, giving it a worn out look. The chest has a rocky gray skin with the heavy black wash bringing out the details in the sculpt. The skin is both rough but also wavy and flabby in appearance. On the back we have a large spine growing out of the back in a lighter dry brush. The skin scales are larger on the back, giving it a rocky appearance. The large muscular shoulders are covered in more of that flaky reptile-like skin, with a few small bone spikes starting to appear. On the arms, some of the skin starts turning into larger scales, with larger bone spikes coming out of the skin. The hands are covered in that exclusive blood effect, bright and transparent, splattered over the claws and hands. The blood effect has a permanent wet look to it, reflecting and shining light. The waist of the figure has more of that rough skin, taking on the shape of a more fleshy appearance. On the back, the waist of the skin hardens into more of that rocky look with a small bone tail. More blood splatter effect on the thighs, with large plates of bone armor and spikes layering over each other down to the knee. On the back of the legs we have layers of flaked skin with a bit of flesh hanging off of the back. We finish up the figure's detail with a blood-stained foot. Large claws, small bumps and scales cover the foot, with more of that exclusive blood effect washing over the skin. Let's take a look at the articulation. The head can rotate and bend up and down, but it's extremely tight and has minimal range. The jaw opens and shuts. Shoulders rotate and open. Elbows that rotate and bend inward. Wrists that rotate and bend in and out. A ball joint at the chest. And another at the waist that allows rotation. Legs that open and bend forward and back, with most being blocked by the sculpt. Rotation at the thighs. Knees that bend back and rotate. Ankles that bend up and down, with a foot that bends up and down and rotates. We get the standard McFarlane stand with the Spawn logo on it as our only accessory. The Violator stands at 11.5 inches standing tall, with a bit more height if stretched out. It's one of the more larger size McFarlane figures released so far in this scale. Here I've posed the Violator with a few larger figures to better visualize the scale of the figure. As an exclusive with an added bloody effect, the Bloody Violator is a great pickup for those that missed out on the original or just never had a chance to see one at retail. McFarlane continues to impress me with its massive size figures that are somehow still able to keep great articulation, amazing sculpting, and at a price point that's not too insane in these current times. The Violator's updated beefy look might throw off some collectors who preferred the more skinny form, but the new design is a breath of fresh air in the series and gives Violator a more imposing look. The figure weighs about 3 pounds and with its massive size still stands up well on its own, thanks in part to the chunky, clicky joints of the figure. Crouched over, the figure keeps its center of balance low, but fully stretched out and standing straight up, depending on the pose, the figure is top heavy and prone to tipping over after long periods of time. The joints being thick helps out a lot, and actually has great range for the size of the figure. Somehow, McFarlane Toys was able to keep just as much points of articulation that they have on a regular smaller figure onto the Violator. Overall, the Violator is a must-have figure for any collector out there. An amazing sculpt and size. Even if you're not a fan of Spawn, demonic figures are extremely hard to come by, especially at this size. The weight of the figure and quality is more than I expected, and the size alone will make him stand out as the centerpiece of your collection. Fans of Spawn have a great Violator figure to look forward to, and this will definitely be one of the figures to be remembered. If you already have an original version, I personally don't think it's worth picking up both versions, as the blood effect isn't as prominent outside of displays with great lighting to highlight the effect. But if you still don't own any version of this figure, keep your eye out for a deal. Definitely one of my top toys this year. Alright guys, that's it for this review. More reviews are coming up soon, so check out my other videos or leave a comment while you wait.